Hi there. I thought it was incredibly important to get this information out regarding down payment assistance. Primarily here in the state of Texas and even more specific here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, although I think this is applicable statewide and most likely nationwide. I've had several clients that have that we pre-qualified to purchase a home, super excited in December, January, February timeframe, even last month in March. And we had down payment assistance funds available for a 3% grant, a 4% grant, and a 5% grant. And that's essentially 5% of the loan amount. So for example, take a $325,000 purchase price with a 3% down Fannie Mae conventional loan, and that yields a loan amount of right around $315,000. So you'd take 5% of that $315,000, and you now have just over $15,000 to work with to go towards down payment, closing costs, prepaids, and the whole 9 yards. Fast forward, that was January, February, even most of March. Fast forward to today, April 8th, I'm sorry, and a lot of those programs have gone away. Temporarily. I'm confident that they will come back. I just don't know when with this rapid rise in interest rates. So the 4% grant and the 4% forgivable second is off the table, as well as the 5% grant. So essentially in that same scenario of a $325,000 purchase price with 3% down, your available down payment assistance funds have gone from a maximum of $15,750 down to $9,450. So about a $6,300 swing, not in your favor. But it's critical that you know that, because if you were pre-qualified in January, February, or even the beginning of March, and you're counting on these down payment assistance funds to assist with your closing costs and down payment, you might need to readjust. You may need to push your purchase out a little bit. You may need to shore up some more cash. You might need to pull from a retirement account, maybe beg, borrow, and steal from mom, dad, rich uncle, a family member of some sort. But nonetheless, it's important that you have this information. Now, secondly, rates have risen, but for example, and I'm putting this up behind me or in front of me, you're going to look at, I'm showing you January, February, March, and April, and you're going to see across the top 3% DPA, 4% DPA, and 5% DPA for each month. You can clearly see in January and February and the beginning of March that each one of those columns has an interest rate associated with it. That would lead you to believe that those funds are available, meaning you could have got 3% down payment assistance or 4% or 5%. Let's fast forward to the far right of that chart, and today, actually this was based on yesterday because I'm doing this super early in the morning, as you can tell from the sun hitting me in the face here. Those have essentially gone away. So 4% and 5% assistance is gone. But more importantly, look at the interest rate. And I've circled those for yesterday, for April 7th's numbers. Look at the interest rates there. For 3% assistance on a conventional loan, and here's another key, in order to qualify for today's available funds, you have to make at or below the area median family income. And for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, for most counties, that's $68,000 and some change. So if you make above that, as of right now today, there's no down payment assistance available for you through this particular program. And I've researched just about every one of them out there, and they're all kind of following suit right now. But look at that interest rate I've circled. It's the one furthest down, 5.875. Let's go back to January and look at that same rate, 4%. So the difference, the impact that makes on your monthly payment using that same scenario of a $325,000 purchase price with 3% down, the difference in payment is just over $350 a month. So that's something else to take into consideration. Two things. Number one, if you were kind of right on the border, right on the threshold of qualifying from a debt to income ratio perspective, you might need to revisit that. Hopefully your loan officer has been proactive in reaching out to you and having these not so easy conversations. But you really need to reevaluate that and make sure, number one, that you qualify, and number two, that you're comfortable with the monthly payment that yields. Guys, that's all I have for today. I just thought it was critical to get this information out there. If you are operating with a down payment assistance with your purchase transaction, you really need to visit with your loan officer and make sure, number one, those funds are still available, and number two, what the interest rate is and how that impacts your payment, and then that you're comfortable with it. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to help.